Hey guys, my name is Josh Watts, and as you can tell, I am not a woman. I don't know if I'm the first guy, the first man that's ever been featured on the Pearl Press or not, but I'm excited to be here, and I am a longtime friend of Rachel Whiteman and Delana Dillon, who are two of the visionaries and kind of the prime founders of the Pearl Press. And so Rachel reached out to me recently and asked would I be interested in talking about Joseph from a man's perspective. And totally in my mind, disregarding the fact that it's the Christmas season, I thought she was talking about Joseph with the coat of many colors. And she said, maybe you could talk about how Joseph felt to be engaged to a woman who is pregnant already, and I thought, where did that happen in the story? I'm like, I need to go back and reread this or something. But then, of course, I realized, okay, we're probably talking about Joseph and Mary, like the earthly father of Jesus. So anyway, taking a look at the life of Joseph, I always feel like he's a man that had such a responsibility on him. I mean, how do you, as the earthly father of God, what can you teach him? What, just such a intimidating responsibility there. But I think backing up a little bit, so Joseph was a really upright, good standing man, and he found out that Mary was pregnant. And I know if I were him, I would feel that I may have deserved better, and I may have even been angry with God. Like, God, I've held myself, I've waited until marriage, like I am pure, I'm ready to go, and I'm an honorable citizen, and why am I getting this? Like, why are you doing this to me? And he did plan on ending the engagement and everything. But I think what's so crazy is that God, an angel came to him in a dream. God just revealed himself to Joseph in a dream, which is beautiful. And God told him to do something that I feel like would have been very confusing for me. If I was, dating some girl that we were engaged, we were to that point of, I've already asked her to marry me. She said yes. I found out she's pregnant. I know it's not with me. Like, I'd be very heartbroken. And then for God to say, go through with it anyway. I feel like that just brings up the whole question of, can we trust God even when we don't understand, even when it's confusing, and even when it's hard? And I think, of course, we would all say, well, yes, I'll trust God no matter what. But then when the rubber meets the road and we find out, well, do I actually trust God? Do I really trust the Lord? Mother Teresa said once, and I love this quote, she said that somebody came to her and asked her for prayer, and she said, I'm not going to pray clarity for you. I'm not going to pray understanding for you. I'm going to pray that you trust the Lord. And I don't think that's a statement that we need to build our theology on or anything, but I think the implications to that are absolutely huge, that it is so much better to trust in the Lord than it is to understand, than to feel the need to know everything. Because if I were to know everything, if I were to see the beginning and the end and every event in the middle, then I don't need to trust God. So I think God will sometimes put us in situations that we do not understand, or maybe he will withhold the understanding from us because he's asking us to trust him. Like a child to their father saying, Daddy, I will trust you. I'll go wherever you want me to. I'll say whatever you want me to say. I will follow you to the ends of the earth, even when I don't understand. And I think it's key to be able to get to that point, and we can't really get to that point if we have a misunderstanding of who God is. If we, in fact, believe that God is angry or vindictive or out to get us, then it would be very hard to trust God, because maybe he's going to let us down, or maybe this isn't for my good, my own personal good, or maybe I'm going to be put to shame, maybe I'm going to be embarrassed because of this or something. But when we have a proper view of God, that those who trust in the Lord will never be put to shame, that God is working out every single detail for our good, for our benefit, then it's easy to say, I'm going to trust the Lord. Or it gets easier, at least, should I say, to say, I'm going to trust the Lord, I'm going to follow the Lord. So that's kind of a little bit about Joseph, and something that really inspires me about him. That's my takeaway from it, that do I trust the Lord even when I don't understand?